Hey guys, Adam Katz from DogTrainerToolbox.com, as well as the Dog Trainer Marketing Group on Facebook, which is free to join. I'm on a squeaky sofa here, squeaky leather sofa. And get yourself a cup of coffee and sit down with me, because we're going to have a little bit of discussion this New Year's Eve about basically why your website is not a contract. What does that mean? That means that some of you are so concerned about somebody somewhere, some extremist, possibly misconstruing your marketing message, that you're watering down everything that you say on your website to the point that it blends in with the wallpaper. And if you're going to do that, I'm going to give you some examples. If you're going to do that, your marketing efforts, your advertising is not going to work anywhere as well as it should be. I have a lot of experience with this. I've made over $6 million largely off my skill writing great copy, as well as running Google ads, promoting our dog training subscription website that, like I said, over a period of years made us over $6 million. I've also run campaigns for over 60 dog training business, actually over 100 dog training business owners at this point, successfully with Google ads, sending traffic to all kinds of different landing pages and websites. And here's one thing that I can tell you. New dog trainers are always super concerned about making claims they can't back up. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't make claims that you can't back up. But at the same time, a lot of you guys take it so far the other direction that you don't want to make big, bold claims about anything. So for example, a lot of you are worried about saying we can train any dog because of the outlier. Because somebody might come into your shop and say, you know, hey, I've got this Rottweiler that's bitten 6 kids and, you know, has bad nerves and bad breeding and is just, you know, but you said you could train any dog, so I'm here, and now you're telling me that you can't train out this aggression. That's not the way it works. You can make claims. Your website is not a contract. So you can make broad general claims that fit the majority of dogs, the majority of clients, and not have to worry about the outliers. Here's how it works. You make a claim like, your dog guaranteed off-leash reliable in 14 days or less. Can you do that with your typical golden retriever? You should be able to do that if you're a professional dog trainer. Can you do that with a Shetland sheepdog? Can you do that with a border collie? Can you do that with any variety of dogs? Maybe you can't do that with the stubborn husky that was bred by a puppy mill and the owner never did anything with the dog, and the dog has no drive, the dog has no interest to do anything. That doesn't discount the fact that you can get a dog working off-leash reliable around distractions with most dogs. So they come into your shop, you do the evaluation, you talk to them a little bit, you learn about the dog's background, and you discover that this dog is not a candidate to be off-leash, and certainly isn't going to be off-leash within 14 days. And you tell them that. You tell them, you say, no, here is the parameters for our guarantee. This dog does not fit into those parameters. It's just that simple. It doesn't mean you can't advertise that you can't get a dog to be off-leashed for 14 days. That's ridiculous. Nobody expects that you can take any dog and make it a robot. I mean, even the greats, even, you know, Omar and Ivan and Bart and Fred Hassan, all these guys, there's environments with their top dogs that they won't let the dog be off-leash or expect the dog to do certain things. Of course not, because the dog's not a robot. You're not going to jeopardize your dog by working the dog along the 405 freeway in Los Angeles, you know, in the middle of traffic. It's just ridiculous to think that any dog would respond under all circumstances. And the reality is this, in the dog training industry, our standards as professional dog trainers is way higher than the general public standards. Most people, when they see you send your dog to a play sport, they're like, oh my God, that's amazing. Most people, when you put your dog on a downstay, they're like, holy shit, the dog like laid down. He told the dog to lay down, the dog laid down immediately. He didn't have to repeat the command once. And there's other dogs and tennis balls and food and stuff around here. That's absolutely amazing. You know, the bar is set so low. So don't let that intimidate or discourage you from making big, bold claims. Because if I have, let's say we're in the same town, okay, and I'm advertising on my website or in my ads, we can train any dog, or get your dog to listen to you anywhere you go, even around other dogs, cats, food, tennis balls, whatever it is. And you're advertising, well, I can improve most behaviors, but not all behaviors, and this, that. You come across sounding like a weasel, like you're not really confident in your own abilities. It doesn't matter if you're advertising that you can train any dog, because when they come through the door, you're going to explain to them that what that means is that I can train any dog, but to do what? Okay, can I train a Basset Hound to be a Schutzhund all-star? No, of course not. No reasonable person is going to expect that. So stop being afraid of making big, bold claims with your advertising and with the copy on your website. The copy is the persuasive text. It's okay. It's not a contract. When they come in, you explain the terms of the guarantee, and you create those terms, not them, not the general public. And no other dog trainer who's better than you is going to be like, Jason, why are you claiming you can train any dog when we both know that you can't? Well, you know what? I'm running a dog training business. If I can't train a dog because of my skill, not because of the dog, because of my skill, guess what? I'm going to charge an appropriate fee that I can bring somebody else in who's better than me, maybe a mentor, to train that dog. But I'm going to price it at a point where it's going to compensate myself and the other dog trainer to be able to do that. If I can't do that, then I'm going to tell them up front, and they're going to thank me for my honesty. Now, in my personal experience, I would get people and I'd give them a free consultation. I'd do a temperament test, and then I'd let them know. I'd say, here's the parameter. Okay, you've got a Labrador that bit somebody, okay, off leash. Okay, I don't think this dog is going to be. We can get him off leash reliable, but this is not a dog because of his bite history that you're going to responsibly want to let run around the park around kids and stuff. You're just not going to be able to do that. We as dog trainers cannot wave a magic wand and just transform every single dog. That's just not the way it works. And guess what they say? Do they say, well, you advertised you could train any dog? No, they don't. They say, oh God, I really appreciate you not blowing smoke up my dress. And I really appreciate you being honest with me. What do you think we can do? And I say, well, here's the best case and a worst case scenario. I can promise you that we're going to use the best techniques ever invented. I can promise you that I am the best trainer for this type of behavior in this city that you can work with. And there's other great trainers, but you may have to drive 200, 300 miles to work with them. So stop being so worried about stuff. If your marketing blends into the wallpaper, you're never going to outfox a guy like me who comes into your market and makes big, bold claims because you're just afraid of the outlier. So use sound marketing tactics. Again, we're not making claims like, you can take this little Chihuahua and turn him into a French ring champion. We're not saying anything like that. But can you train any dog? Yeah. Can you get any dog to listen to you? Yeah. Can you fix dog behavior problems fast? Can you make an improvement in the dog and the owner's life? Absolutely. So you need to be pushing those emotional hot buttons and stop worrying so much about, I can't train any dog, to do anything. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, I'm on a rant. I appreciate you guys listening to me. Have a great New Year. Stay safe and have lots of fun. And we will see you in 2021. I think it's going to be, let's hope it's going to be better than 2020. But I think from a business standpoint, you guys are really well positioned to do really well with your businesses and help a ton of dogs. And that's what it's all about. All right. Have a good one, guys. Take care.